here's a question. Obviously, you can't raise your hand on this video, but does a heat treater who has a higher cost of quality necessarily have better quality than a competitor who spends less? So you think about that a little bit. And really, the answer, at least in my mind, is no. It's kind of like equating somebody's health based on how much they spend on health care. So obvious example, you have two males, both age 50. One doesn't really spend much on health care, doesn't really have any issues going on, maybe he has an annual physical. And then you have another one who's had quadruple bypass surgery, is on a zillion meds, and lots of complications to that. So if you looked at the cost of their health care and tried to equate that to how healthy somebody was, if that was your only metric you're looking at, then you would say, well, the guy with the quadruple bypass surgery is much more healthy because he spends a whole lot more on healthcare than the other 50-year-old who just has annual physicals. So it's a similar type of analogy there. So here's another question. What is your definition of the cost of quality? So I've got a couple options here. The first one, do you think it's the annual costs for obtaining and maintaining your quality accreditations? So things like registrar costs, external audits, internal management time, things like that. Do you think that's what your cost of quality is? Or B, or number two there, is it perhaps the total cost of your quality department? So then you have to look at things like, well, salaries and benefits, equipment, consumables like thermocouple wire or probes and things like that. The third option, do you think it's the cost of not creating a quality product or service? So, or is it something else? So what's your definition of quality? Well, I believe with Philip Crosby here that quality is free. The low quality always comes with a price. So Philip Crosby, you may have heard of him. He's an icon in the quality disciplines. He demonstrated what a powerful tool it could be to raise awareness of the importance of quality. So he referred to the measure as the price of nonconformance, and he argued that organizations choose to pay for poor quality. He really had four absolutes of quality management. First one, quality is defined as conformance to requirements, not as something subjective like goodness or elegance or it's pretty. That's not what a definition of quality is. The second is the system for causing quality is prevention, not appraisal. So how you get quality, since it's free, is preventing bad quality from happening and not always having to investigate and test things. That's the appraisal part. The third one, the performance standard for quality must be zero defects and not just it's close enough. And the fourth one is the measurement of quality is the price of nonconformance, not of some indices.